How's it going? In today's video, we're going to be installing the Sotion swing arm on the Razor MX650 reel tree and also the rear suspension. Before we start tearing this thing apart, let's unbox the Sotion swing arm kit with the motor and all that and see how it looks. I like how they wrap the entire box in tape. It kind of protects it from getting punctured and stuff like that. Well, I mean, it's not going to stop a forklift from puncturing it, but it protects it a little bit better than just having cardboard. So let me open this really quick and I'll show you what comes in the box. All right, this is it. This is the Sotion swing arm. Looks pretty sick. I like that gold caliper. So it comes with the rear brake, comes with the rotor, comes with the sprocket. It looks like a 42 tooth sprocket to me, 420 chain, and of course the badass Sotion motor there. And again, here is the rear shock, D&M 190 millimeter that I'm going to install. It's a 550 pound spring. That should be plenty good enough. And here's a sneak peek at the front wheel assembly. So it also comes with a gold caliper here. I'm not installing this today because I'm waiting for the forks. We will be installing this and the shock. So before we install it, let's just take some measurements because this is a longer swing arm than that, which should give me better control with a higher torque. But let's measure it really quick and see how much bigger it is. So let's measure like bolt to bolt. I think that makes sense. From this bolt to this bolt, you're looking at 15 inches on the stock, and then looking at 20 inches. So that's actually really good, a 5-inch gain in length on the swing arm, because this is going to be an insane amount of torque, so you're going to need that extra length. It's still going to power wheelie on you and flip if you're not careful, but yeah, it'll make it a little bit easier to ride. All right, step one, let's get all these plastics off. We'll start disconnecting the electronics and stuff like that. Before we get any further, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button right down there. I'm trying really hard to get to 10,000 subscribers. That's my goal. You can help me with that. It's just a click of a button. Also like, comment, share, and most importantly, watch the video to the end because that helps my channel a lot. All right, to take these top plastics off here, there's 6 bolts. There's one on each side up here. Down in there, there's one on each side, one right there, one over there. And then around the back side, there's 2 underneath. They're all 5 millimeter. So I'll get these off really quick and I'll cut right back in. All right, I got all 6 bolts off, so this thing should just pull right off, and it does. One big piece there. Kind of makes it convenient. You don't have to take off a ton of pieces. Well, that's going to be there for a while, a few weeks at least. Now to take this fake tank thing off, there's just 2 bolts, one in the back and one in the front there. And these are 3 millimeters, so I'll just take this off really quick. All right, those are off, so this thing should just lift right off, and it does. It's hollow. So now for this fake motor thingy here. So there's 2 Allen bolts here, and there's 4 screws, Phillips screws, 2 on the front there, and then 2 down here, somewhere down there. So I'll get those off really quick, and I'll cut right back in. But first, I think those are, all right, so these ones are 4 millimeters. So far, we've got 3 size Allen wrenches, a 3, a 4, and a 5. I don't know why they just didn't make them all the same, but whatever. Like I said, I'll get this off, cut right back in. All right, now these should just come right off. This one's got some connections, some wiring here. All right. Interesting. So it's got 3 lead acid batteries. Yeah, 3 12 volt, 12 amp hour batteries. Might be able to use those for something else, I don't know. And then you got your little controller here. Doesn't look like there's any DC to DC converters. That's okay because I have one I can install. I'm probably going to have to cut this piece out when I put in the battery and stuff. Hey, let me know if you guys know where I can buy a mount right here for the controller, for the far driver controllers. I mean, I'll Google it, see if I can find it, but if you guys know, just throw it in the comments. So basically, I gotta rip all this stuff out. I'm gonna take the handlebars off. I'm probably just gonna end up snipping all these because I'm not gonna reuse any of them. But for now, it looks like the only thing I need to take off is this wire here to get the motor off. Should just come right out. Yep. And it's zip tied, so I need to just cut that zip tie there. And I need to take this brake caliper off. And once I do that, I could just unbolt this one and unbolt the old, oh wow, that's a small little shock there. But anyways, yeah, unbolt this stuff, and then this whole assembly will come off. So I'm gonna switch cameras. I'm gonna put you on my face so I can use both my hands. Be right back. All right, so I got all the electronics out. As you can see there, it was pretty straightforward. They were just held on by like these little braces here. There's actually 3 different batteries. All 12 volts are running, I guess, I don't know what the right term is, series. I might have got that wrong. Anyways, I got these wires out. I just cut the brake lines because they're just going in the trash. So I'll get this handlebar off. and then we'll be good to take this swing arm off, put this new one on. It's kind of a pain in the ass. You got a 10 millimeter Allen bolt in there, but apparently underneath there's a hole where you have to twist that Allen so that hole is accessible, and you have to stick like a piece of metal or another Allen key in there or something like that to hold it while you twist. So it's going to be caboose dummy. It's going to be kind of a pain in the butt. I'll get it done, and then we can install this bad boy right here. This shock's actually a decent amount longer than this one here, which is what I want because I want to raise up the rear end a bit. So it should work out pretty well. All right, well, I'm going to get these handlebars off and stuff, and then we'll cut right back in, and we'll be ready to start to disassemble this swing arm and get ready to install this one. All right, well, she's completely stripped down now. I just got my angle grinder from Amazon here, so I'll have to cut this little piece off right there so the battery will fit in. Speaking of the battery, I pulled it out, and when I got this FewMoto B1, this is where I got that battery from, the controller. The guy told me it was 28 amp hours, and he lied. It's 24 amp hours, so that sucks, but whatever, it's still fine. And then I got this mess I gotta deal with here. This is the controller, so I'm gonna have to organize that a lot better before I install everything. You know, I kinda wanna buy a new battery and controller, but I can't afford it. Too much money. Maybe in the future I'll upgrade it. If you are a company out there, you want to support my channel, I'd be happy to review a battery controller combo. If you want to send me one, email's in the description. Also, I was hoping these pegs would fit, but it doesn't look like. I think the angle of these brackets here, I think it's a little too steep for these, so I'll have to do some research and figure out what pegs I can use for this. All right, but anyways, enough beating around the bush. Let's finally get to the meat of it and install this thing. Would you shush it? Okay, so I was able to loosen these bolts up a bit. So now we need to take this rear shock off. You need two 5 millimeter Allens for that. So like one side just screws into the other like that. Let's actually get this back one off too, because we're gonna need to reuse these for the shock there. Pretty big size difference there. Now we just need to get the 10 millimeter and get these out. There's a little side-to-side comparison of those, so you can see, yeah. All right, to install this one, you're going to need a 14 millimeter socket. You've got these two, I don't know what you would even call these, bearings, I'm not sure what they are, but they go in here. So there was some in there already that I took out from the old ones. Okay, so let's just give this a shot by myself. This part is definitely a pain in the ass because there's such a small space. See, there's a bit of a gap in there. I'm probably gonna have to grind it down or something, but I already hammered these fucking things in. Son of a bitch. All right, tried a bunch of stuff. It simply does not fit. Now, these stock ones are slightly smaller, so I'm thinking if I just remove one side and put the stock one in. Yeah, but look at this is small. The hole's too small, too big on this side. Probably gonna have to take this maybe off and try to grind it down a little bit in there. I noticed that this end right here had some imperfections on it. It wasn't sitting all the way in, so I'm just gonna file this down a bit here as much as I can. I mean, we're like, I don't know, just almost there. It just barely doesn't fit, so hopefully filing this down will work. So I'm gonna do it really quick and I'll cut right back in. Okay, well, I filed it down a bit. So the problem was, this was at kind of an angle. This wasn't perfectly straight. So I tried to get it as straight as I could, you see? So hopefully that's good enough. So I'm gonna try again. All right, put it back on. You can see it's sitting much more flush now than it was before. This one's not as good, but I'm hoping it works. If not, I'll take this one off and file that side down too. All right, I just tried it again and no bueno. I think I need to file this side down a little bit too. It's just ever so slightly too small, so I'm gonna take this cap off, or whatever it is, file this side down, and hopefully that's it. All right, that did the trick there. Just needed to file it down. So if you get one of these, before you even try, I would file it down a bit, get all the paint off and any imperfections, because that's what it was. It was like paint and imperfections that was preventing it from sliding on. And even then, I kind of had to hammer it down a little bit to get it in place. But it's on there now. Just gonna tighten this up and we'll throw the rear suspension on. Okie dokie. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to put this on here. So I think going like that should work. Yeah, I think that should work there. And then I'm thinking like maybe one of these top 2 holes right here should do it. But let's get this top one in first. No, I don't know. Maybe that one? Oh, damn, it's not gonna go in like that. Look, this thing blocks it. Son of a biscuit. All right, so I think I need to flip it. I'm trying to figure out what would be the best way. So if we put it like this, do you think there's a risk of this hitting the bottom of the seat? I'm wondering if I should maybe do this. Just not sure how much that's gonna get in the way of the battery. Yeah, so I think the only option is really is this. Let's try that again. So I'm thinking, where was I thinking right there? Actually, I can't even reach right there. The only option is this one here, because this part blocks right here. So it's kind of like this or nothing, which, I mean, that seems fine. Yeah, and there she is. So in my next video on this build, I'll be putting in the electronics, the battery, all that kind of stuff. I might even finish the whole thing off in the next video. My forks shipped, so they're on their way, so I should get those. So either I'll have 1 or 2 more videos, but definitely next video I'll be doing the electrical work. All right, well, hey, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, all that kind of stuff. Thanks for watching to the end, and I'll see you next time. Bye.